Welcome back to 5410 Africa, the channel that helps you travel Africa. I'm Nick from Namibia, and in this video I'm showing you the Central Kalahari Game Reserve in Botswana. Just passed through the Matswere gate. I'm about 10 km into the Central Kalahari. As expected from Rakops, the turnoff to the Central Kalahari is literally just opposite on the turnoff that goes into the village. That's if you come from my own side. There's a very big sign, you really can't miss it. Road, usual, welcome to Botswana. I've now become accustomed to it. It's either thick sand, corrugation, or this hard type clay with a lot of holes. I did not make any bookings. The people at the gate were super helpful. They quickly made a few calls, and I've got my first night at Deception, my second night at Piper's, and then my last night will be on Sunday at Sunday Pants. How else do you book it? And then I'll go out on Sunday. Park fees for myself, which qualifies as an other African, is 120 per day plus 50 pull-up for the vehicle. And then depending on where you camp, government campsites are 30 pula a day and the private ones are 250. I have arrived, Deception Camp. This is a government camp. From the gate to here is about 45 kilometers. More of the same when it comes to roads, you know, a little bit good, a little bit bad, a little bit of sand, a little bit of Monica in my life. So this is it. This is why you pay 30 pula for a government site. It's absolutely nothing. No fence, no fence, no offense. This is pro magic. I mean, this is still amazing. It's parked frank. There's toilets in the back. It looks pretty fancy from afar, but if you go there, it's quite nasty. It's literally just a hole in the ground. This is the bush. Place to make a fire. I'm gonna make a big fire because it's scary, man. I'm all on my own, isolated. I saw some people at the other camp. It's probably about 500 meters away. So if anything happens to me tonight, I'll probably only find me like 7 years late. No jokes. So yeah, this is campsite at Deception Camp, Central Kalahari Game Reserve. So I decided to go for a drive up the cut line towards Sunday Pan, hoping I could show you something before the end of day one. Unfortunately, it's not been that successful. I saw some gemsbok, some springbok, jackal, and I just spotted two bat-eared foxes. That's been about it. Since the night pan, things have been bad, except of course for that mother leopard with the two cubs just outside Moremi. But since then, yeah, my luck has changed considerably in Botswana. But I've got 2 more days here. Hopefully tomorrow on our way to Piper Pan, our luck will turn around. Good morning, day 2, Deception Camp, Kalahari Central Game Reserve. Just woke up, you guys just missed the fog. Quite intense, quite surprising. Plan is simple, pack up all of this and head to Piper Pan via the Deception Pan, Deception Valley, Letiahau Waterhole, Letiahau Camp, and then Piper Pans. Looks like it's about 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, about 100, 110 kilometers. Should take us about 4 to 5 hours. It's quite long. Just finishing my breakfast. Simple oats, plastic bowl, plastic spoon. Not because I'm a child, because things tend to break when you are in the bush. Also, it's just lighter. Coffee from my butane propane stove and my mocha pot. Cool thing about this is it takes you about 5 minutes to brew a proper cup of coffee. Let's get going. That's the reception pan for my car. I've just tried to shoot this video outside, but it's extremely windy. Pan is beautiful. It's about 10 km from the reception camp. Apparently this is part of some prehistoric lake/river system, which obviously dried up many years ago. Let's not try and guess when. Yeah, definitely a cool place to stop, picture. When it's not windy, it would be nice just to stop and have a cup of coffee. Unfortunately, that's not the case. The road here has been good. I've actually disengaged my 4x4. It is a hard clay surface, just a lot of dust, but no 4x4 required now, today. Don't think I'm saying you don't need 4x4 when you come to Central. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, let's carry on. I need to make my way to Piper Pan, which I guess is like another 90 km away. A 100 kilometers and 5 hours later, I have arrived at the Piper Pan 01 campsite. You want a tour? Whoop. That's it. That's the tour. Fireplace, no fence. What I'm worried about is that as I drove in, I met the people that slept here last night. There's 3 vehicles. There was a lot of them, and they said the lions came through here last night. And they're in the area. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try and convert my tent into a rooftop tent or sleep in the car tonight. Let's just check. Showers, and I guess it's the same for the toilet. Let me show you how these showers work. Hopefully there's no surprises. So it's just around like a little bucket, and you have to bring your own water. Boom. Bucket toilet, bucket shower. So yeah, this is Piper Pan. I'll show you the pan. The pan is just one massive sea of yellow grass. Beautiful. I've seen some wildebeest. I've seen some oryx, ostrich, springbok. But the highlight, and I just like 5 minutes ago, about 1.5 km before this campsite, I saw a leopard. Another leopard. Yeah, that's quite lucky. Unfortunately, it was in the road. And as soon as it saw me, it ran into the bush. I just managed to get a little bit of video. Hopefully the quality is good enough to use. But yeah, welcome to the Piper Pan campsite 01, Central Kalahari Game Reserve. I found the waterhole. It's not very big, not very busy. Actually, it's nothing here. There's wildebeest and a few springbok was here for a while, and it's just all deserted. It's only a few kilometers, well, not a few, it's only a kilometer down the road from the campsite, and it seems to be the only one in the area. There's some wildebeest playing way in the distance, and this is part of the Piper Pan. You see this yellow sea of grass, and there's like different spots that you can get to. It's just kind of scary. Not scary, but there's some jackal. It's kind of weird that probably like in 50-60 kilometer range I'm the only person. No one else, nothing else around. I've not seen anyone, I've not heard anything. The other campsite is empty. The nearest camp is probably about 40 or 50 kilometers away. This is Africa.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving.
Good morning, pretty excited to have all of you back with me. It's about 9 o'clock this morning. I'm leaving Piper Pan and I'm heading to Sunday Pan. But first we need to talk. I woke up about 6 o'clock this morning, headed to the waterhole. Not too busy, but I was lucky to see an African wildcat, something you don't often see in the bush. Unfortunately, because these animals are extremely careful, it was just sitting right on the edge of the waterhole, just on the edge of the grass, and it was looking at me, it was looking at the water, looking at me, looking at water, deciding whether it should come to drink. Eventually, as the sun came up, it decided it's not worth it and it left. Talking about cats. Yesterday on my approach, I met the people that stayed here at this camp the previous night, and they told me, be careful, there's lions in the area. Those lions actually came through their camp. So obviously I've been careful. Made a big decision last night. I was playing around with the decision of sleeping in the canopy. That's something that I did prepare for, and decided I'll come back early from the waterhole, maybe half an hour before sunset, prepare my meal, get my fire going, everything, so that as soon as it's dark, if need be, I can just go to bed. So while I was, you see me looking around, while I was preparing my meal, about 5 minutes into it, I heard a little rustle in the bush, right around there. And being in Botswana for a while now, and the bush being very dry, I've sort of become used to little mouse and birds and stuff playing around the bush and making a lot of noise. You know, it's not a lion or something every time. So I just sort of ignored it. 2-3 seconds later, I'm not sure if it was the movement that caught my eye, or I just decided, okay, let me just have a look. And a leopard was standing right here, right here, looking at me, standing at the back of my truck over there.
Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic light.
Anyway, this is getting long. Today, like I said, the plan is to go to Sandeppan. It's a long drive. It's about 150 kilometers in Botswana park, road conditions. It's going to take me a very long time. 150 divided by 35 more, probably 6 or 7 hours. So I need to get going. Try not to make too many stops because I need to get there. That's the highlights for the last 12 hours. I hope you enjoyed that because that was long. Okay, let's get going.
You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
So if you need to get to the campsite, all you need to go is you go right on this split and you just follow the road all the way down using the Xade gate directions, and eventually you'll find a sign that says Piper Pan's campsite number 1.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to
I did not show you this yesterday, but this is the turn-off. As you come from Matswere gate from here is 100 kilometers. Then if you carry on straight would be Xade, Piper Pan, 30-40 kilometers, and then onwards to Xade gate, Xade gate, which is 100 kilometers roughly. And then down here would be Tsau, and if you want to go via Passarge Valley around to Sunday Leopard. Obviously the shortcut, the shorter route is going this way. I'm going to take the longer route around now.
highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down. Falling down.
Been driving on this road for a while now, since the turn off, and I've gone through a couple of pans, and unfortunately only the first one was named. I think this might be the sand pan, yeah, so it's all beautiful. Road conditions goes from terrible to very good, but more good than bad, so I appreciate that. At least I'm getting to cover a bit of distance. The landscape is ever changing. It's a whole lot of different pans. You don't know where one stops and the next one begins. Then it's thick sand, corrugations, then it's hard pan road again. But all in all, it's good. Just more of the usual animals. I did see some giraffe, some wildebeest, gemsbok, springbok, ostriches, and I just wanted to show you this, which looks like a watermelon. This is, I think, is a ngara. I'm gonna have to confirm. I don't have Google out here. I think it's a ngara, a wild watermelon in Namibia. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna confirm. They're all over. They just grow wild. I think the gemsbok, they're extremely bitter. All of this I'm saying under correction. They're extremely bitter, but the gemsbok actually enjoy eating them. I'm not gonna open it up because I have absolutely no use for it. So I'm just gonna drop it here, get back in the car, and carry on driving.
Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down.
Just stopped at the Passarge waterhole, another dry waterhole in Central Kalahari Game Reserve. They all seem to be dry. The only one that I found of water was the one at Piper Pan yesterday. Having a spot of lunch, just some biscuits, peanut butter and coffee. and then I need to decide. It's either I'm going to go the Passarge Valley way around, which seems to be about 90 to 100 kilometers, or I can take from the four-way that I've just crossed. I can take the cut line back. It looks like it's about 70 kilometers. Probably have enough time to go all the way around Passarge Valley. Also, when I entered at the gate a few days ago, they told me that there are quite a lot of leopard sightings that way. So that seems to be the more scenic, adventurous, as well as probably the route of the most animals. That's why we're here, aren't we? Or a big reason. Also, I just wanted to show you how awesome the clouds look. "190 kilometers and 9 hours later, I have arrived at the Sunday Pants campsite number 2. I was spending the night here. It was a good drive. From the crossing, the road just got better and better, averaging 40 kilometers per hour if you want to. That's the speed limit. Unfortunately, no lion or other predators. I did see some giraffe, gemsbok, the usual, springbok, ostriches, etc., etc. I'm going to sleep in the canopy again tonight, so there's not a lot to set up. Maybe just have a quick snack, something to drink, and then head to the waterhole, which is only a couple of kilometers down the road. Good morning! The final morning at Central Kalahari Game Reserve. Got up at 6, went to the waterhole, nothing happening. Very quiet, same as last night at this campsite. Very quiet, no leopard stories to share. I was actually kind of grateful just to have a quiet evening and just rest. I was dead tired. I don't know if you could see it from the video last night. So yeah, I just got in bed, slept, and now I'm going to make my way out back to Matswere gate and then on to Rakops. I'm going to stop at that first crossing just to give you a bit of information about the game reserve, the roads, the camps, some useful tips, etc., etc. The same that I usually do. So let's get going. As promised, before I leave, I'm actually on the Matswere road now. I'm going to give you some information. I do have some notes just to make sure I don't miss anything. Access is from 4 gates. You've got the Matswere gate in the northeast, the Tsau gate in the northwest, Xade gate on the west, and then you can also access the park from the south through the Khutse Game Reserve. There are places to camp near all of the gates, but note that Matswere has a cluster of camps in sight. That includes Deception, Kori, Leopard, as well as the Sunday Pants sites. Roads in the park range from very bad to good during the winter, which is now. The clay is extremely hard, which makes for very, very good driving. You very rarely need your 4x4. It's just that there's a lot of dust around. Note that before the split that goes towards Piper Pan, about 10 kilometers before and 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers after, it's extremely bad corrugations. But obviously, during the summer, when these roads get wet, do they get wet? It might be a completely different story. Let's talk about finding your way in the park. They did give me a photocopy of a map at Matswere gate, but as you drive in, that's the road that comes from Matswere. You'll start finding these markers. The park in general is very well marked. So as you drive in from Matswere gate, going straight, past this one, straight, you'll see the next markers there. There's one on the right, one way down on the left. Kori camp, Deception camp. If you turn right at that marker, you'll go towards the Leopard sites as well as the Sunday Pan sites, as well as eventually the Passarge Valley with its sites. If you turn left at this marker, you'll obviously go to Deception Pan, you'll find the Kalahari Plains camp, and eventually obviously the Letiahau sites, Piper Pans, and then obviously Xade gate. Xade gate from here is about 200 kilometers. Note that the camps are extremely basic. I've shown you get a toilet, a non-flushing toilet, meaning it's literally a hole in the ground, as well as a bucket type shower. You have to bring your own water for that shower to work. You do have a place to make fire, and that's about it. Fairly decent shade in all the places I've been, and I can now tell you there's very little difference between the government sites, which cost 30 pula, and the private sites which cost 250 pula. Except maybe for location, but I've not been to all of the sites. Or if you have a site that you feel that people should definitely go to, pop that in the comments below. Please tell everybody about it. Please note that the Central Kalahari Game Reserve is self-sufficient. I will say that again. You are completely self-sufficient. There's no shop, no restaurant, no bar, no Wi-Fi, no cell phone signal. Nothing in the park. You're on your own. The first, the last and the only time you'll see staff working at the park is at the gate. Be well aware of that. And just as the wind starts picking up, I think we can wrap up the Central Kalahari Game Reserve video. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing if you haven't yet. I'm sorry that I could not show you lions, and it looks like I'm not going to see lions in Botswana. Damn! As always, I'm Nick from Namibia, and you be watching 5410.